So what a good way to start the vlog with some watercraft. I'm finding the fish. Well, guess what? I found him. The only issue is the fish are not interested in the bait. I've put out some bread, but they don't seem to be interested. Have a look, there's another one just right there. That's the bread right here. That's the fish right there. The fish is not interested whatsoever. But anyhow, it's a good sign. Someone further down just had a bite. I've heard the alarm go off, so I think this is a good spot. I can see another fish is cruising on the surface, so that is a good spot. So let's get the gear and let's get set up. Now, every trip, every session, there must be some kind of an issue or a problem. The problem today is that I didn't take the screws for the deeper, so I haven't got a way to attach it, but I took a couple of the screws for my GoPro, and ironically they managed to fit in, so I can screw the deeper onto the bait boat, make sure it's well mounted. But to not waste too much time, I've decided to cast out the rigs, right, have them work, have them hopefully catch some fish, and meanwhile, whilst they're on the deck, whilst they're still fishing, I'm going to sort all of my gear out, because they didn't come prepared, unfortunately. So whilst I'm waiting for the maps to download, I'm just going to set up my GoPro. Let's see if that works. I think it works. Right, so I've got my boat stuck in a weed, so I don't think a boat will be the best option, to be fair. So I need to now recover it, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge now. The problems never stop. Problems never stop. I've got a fish on, but stuck in the weed. Steady pressure. No, the weed poses a very big problem at the moment. Right, I'm gonna let him swim out of the weed at this moment. Oh gosh, everything's falling off. Yeah, alright, I'm allowed to wade. Let's see if still recording. Alright, I'm allowed to wade, so let me jump into my waders. Let's see if I can get the fish out, because otherwise the fish is still on the end of the rod. I can see it moving about, so let me quickly get into the waders and see if I can get that fish in. Now, fishing in weed can be quite challenging. I think the fish is still on it. Right, let me jump in and save the day. fish still on the end. Hoping it is. Yeah, still, it's there. It's on the end. Not a big one though. Come on, don't go back in the weeds. Don't go back in the weeds. Come on, come here. Come here. Come here. Wash! And it's in. Oh, damn it. Cool. It's in. Woo! That was a little bit of a challenging one, but we managed to get it in. So, I think we can conclude that. Let me just put that back on there. So I think we can conclude that one second. I think we can conclude that finding the right spot is very important. Come on, let me see you. Not too big, to be fair. Nothing of really big sizes, but always a fish though. Let me unhook you, mate. You've been really bad.
So my first pub jug was surprisingly successful. Seems like watercraft and finding a good spot where fish can be spotted is one of the key things to catching carp, even when I could not find a clear area to present my rig.
Right, so as much as a lot of things went wrong, I did manage to nick a bite. Not a big fish. I think it was around 10 pounds. I'm gonna have to take off the sling anyway. But at least we're not blanking. That's the good thing. The bad thing, everything's going not the way I suspected it. There's too much weed, so I can't get the bait boat out. The fish constantly dive into the weed. I had to get into the waders. Luckily I've got waders, so I could get in, safely land the fish. But we're not blanking, so we've got to think about the positives and we've got to think about the negatives. The only thing is I haven't really got a spot rod, which would be a beneficial thing at the moment since I can't get the bait boat out. But I'm going to probably change my rigs to a choddy. Just make sure that the whole rig sits nicely on the weed, because I can't seem to find a clear spot in here. It's very, very weedy, and we talking, when I was looking at the sonar said it's too shallow. Now it's not too shallow, it was a weed. It was the weed that was interfering with the sonar, and the sonar thought that was the, that was the bottom. It was just the top of the weed. So the thing I'm going to do is change my rigs and hopefully put a choddy on so it sits nicely on top of the weed, and yeah, 1-0. Right, so a little bit about the rig I've been making. I made myself a chod rig with 2 pop-ups cut in half. That is the sticky krill white and pink pop-ups. They cut in half, join them together with a bait floss, choddy hook. I think that's a size 6 or 8. I think it's a size 6. Then I took the heli safe. Right, that means that if there's a fish that will get snagged up, right, also that will happen. Just got hooked. Also that will happen that it will drop off, making it easier to land the fish. Really, I mean, I think leads pose quite big of a problem when it comes to weedy and snaggy situations. Is that extra anchor that you've got on your rig, pretty much, and dropping the lead, as much as I know it's costly, and also as much as it litters the leg bed, it does help a lot to land the fish. Then I've got a leader, and here all I did is I took a anti-tangle sleeve, cut it in half, put it on the leader, and then a little drop of bead, and that's the rig done. Now, as you can see, my shoulder rig is quite long. I want it to present well. It's very weedy in here, so as long as my bait presents well, I'm more confident. I'm gonna make a little cheeky run home, only 5 minutes away. So let me put up my brolly, or the bivvy. I want to brolly with a door. So let me put that up, put things inside the brolly bivvy. Jump home. I'm gonna put a GoPro. So I'm gonna just as a safety matter, I'll be able to review any footage if it comes to a point that I would need to. I mean, the most expensive stuff I'll just take with me, my bait boat, my camera as well, and it's gonna make a cheeky run home, only 5 minutes away, so I'll try to be as fast as I can, but let's give that a shot. But first, sorting out the bivvy. I've got absolute big mess on here, so a good thing will be just to sort it out. So I've got the spom/spod rod with me. I'm ready. Cool, I'm not gonna record while I'm driving. Right, so it's a little bit of a risky thing to do, leaving all my stuff, but I've got my GoPro, which I will use to review the footage to see if there's been anyone around my peg. But at the same time, I've been only 10 minutes. I don't live too far away, so let's have a look at the GoPro. Right, so the good news is there's been no one around my peg. I've reviewed the whole footage. I thought it was 10-15 minutes, but it actually took me half an hour. I don't know what took me so long, but yeah, let's get the rods back out. There are still some signs of fish. Yep. Yeah, let's go check out. It's the same usual one that's just been in the same spot for the past 3 hours, and it's not been doing anything. Look at him. He's there. He's just swimming around. It's not doing anything. If you can see him. There you go. Could be a grass carp, I don't know. I think that's a grassy, isn't it? Absolutely not interested in the pellets. That's a fair play though. Fair play. I mean, literally. Doesn't want my pellets.
It now got dark and no action was to be seen. But that did not worry me, as I had still 2 days ahead. It was time to prepare some food and finally chill out whilst watching football. Remember, fishing is also about relaxing and enjoying yourself.
Right, it's 3 AM in the morning. The wind has picked up slightly. Good thing it's blowing my way, so hopefully that's a good sign. But yeah, the weather's changing a lot. It was meant to be sunny, now it's cloudy, now it's raining, now it's windy, so all the weather under the weather. But I'm gonna get a couple more sleep, wake up in the morning, recast, and I will see one of the margins if there's any fish down there. So I'll get my polarized glasses, have a little walk around, and see if there's any signs. Maybe that's a good spot. Right, so it's nearly 9 AM in the morning. Didn't have good sleep. Couple of bleeps and blobs during the night. Very windy. I've just got the match anglers that have arrived. They've gone down the smaller pond, but I'm just going down the right hand side margin, which is fairly interesting, quite a clear spot. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take the bait and just bait up the whole margin and hopefully drop a solid bag into there. They've been boshing in the area as well, so maybe the clear spot will give some effects, but I'm going to take my spot rod, see how clear it is, and then make my decision on from down there. Right, so we'll have a quick look about further down near the margins, because if that place is a clear spot, most likely I'll aim for the margin. I can see the reeds, there's been a couple fish boshing, so if there's no one sitting on here on this peg, I'm sure we'll be okay to target the margins. Cool. Can I go further down? I think I can go further down, can I? Yeah, let's have a look at the margin. That's a clear margin. Right, a little bit of weeds. Well, it's not too bad though. It's quite a bit of weeds, but it's not too bad. Right, so one thing I forgot to mention is that actually the wind is blowing this way, so towards the edge of the margin. I've seen 3 carp just bosh out in front of me, one after another and then after another. Within I think 10 minutes I've just been setting everything up. And last thing, there's a clear spot in here, so sounds fairly good. I've got my little spoon, Nash Deliverance. I've got the bait. I'm going to try to literally just launch it out there, bait up the spot, and I wait for the results really. So there's my little mix. Just make sure that tracks in nicely. There you go. So sweet corn pellets, krill active, and the krill active has been soaking already, so all this kind of the mixture has already been dissolving, so it's already working. Right, so I'm going to choose a spot. Now I've got tree, got that little kind of margin there, so let's give that a go. Ah, beautiful.
I know what you are thinking, that's not enough bait in the bucket, but don't worry, I constantly top up as the session goes by. Too much bait seems to always go to waste at the end.
Now, to be fair with you, I've actually got only one shot of this. The only issue is I've got some coots on the spot I've baited up, which is not good. I'm gonna let them go away because I'm actually aiming for the spot. The other thing is I don't want them to dive down on my hook bait. So I've got one shot of this. If I don't make it, I'm gonna have to make some more solid bags, which I'm gonna do anyway, but I'd rather not spend too much time playing around. Cool, they're gone. Alright, got one shot of this. I could technically clip up. Alright, get the weeds off. Cool. Alright, one shot. Come on. Oh, not in the trees. Damn it. Perfectly in the margin. Perfect in the margin. That was absolute perfect. That was spot on. That was absolutely spot on. Oh, that was beautiful. Right, we've got a fish. We've got a carp. I'm gonna get into the reeds. Beautiful. It's in. Lovely. And to the camera. Very beautiful mirror. 7.25. Let's release it back. So just making a new solid bag. I now should be technically ready, but I've had the bite on a yellow wafter, so I'm putting a yellow wafter once again, and hoping it'll give me another result.
I have decided this time to make more solid bags. I was told by an angler that just in front of the marker pole is a small gravel patch. This was where I decided to place my other solid bag in hopes that it won't pose a problem in the weed during the holding phase. My other solid bag went back into the same spot. As the sun was slowly setting, I was sitting behind motionless rods. I have decided to once again recast all my rigs whilst topping up the spot with more bait. I always heavily bait up the spot before night so that there is enough bait left until the morning.
Right, so I'm just going to test out my my casting skills, trying to get close to the margin, but wherever I will get it, we will see in a second. There goes nothing. Oh, damn it. I'll accept that. Right, so it's Wednesday. I've just had a massive run, solid bag. Unlucky for me, I didn't land it. The weeds seem to be a bit of a problem, to be fair. Was holding it in, pinged off, but I'm going to put it back in the same place because I think there's a clear spot and it's well baited up. And I'm going to put a pink wafter again because the little pink wafter seems to be doing the bites. I've had the first bite on the pink wafter, second bite on the, third bite actually on the pink wafter, so seems like it's doing the job. I've got one more day. I'm packing up tomorrow at midday, so there's still a chance for a third carp, and hopefully it'll be slightly bigger because the ones I've been getting now, they're not too big. And the carp in here they go up to 40 pounds. They go up to 40 pounds, and yeah, it's 7 a.m. in the morning and I'm absolutely tired. But I'm not gonna wait around. I'm not gonna go back to sleep until the whole rig is recasted back in the same place. So let's do another solid bag in. And I can see movement right near the pole, just where I've cast out the rig. Yeah, I'm putting it back out there. Let's hope for a carp number 3, and let's hope for maybe a 30 pounder, at least a 20 pounder, just to end the session right. I was literally just about to go back into my bivvy. Just going to go back into the bivvy. It's not even been a minute. It's not even been a minute. I suspect it could be quite big, or I've just lost it. I think I lost it. I've lost it.
Just as I thought that this would be it for now, 30 minutes later I managed to finally land a carp, a bigger specimen to my surprise.
Very beautiful, very angry though. Beautiful, common. Right, let's get him weighed and let's get him back in. 15 probably. So the sling itself weighs, I think, about a kilogram. Oh, hey, beautiful. So that's 9.5 kilograms. So on the scale, 21 pound. Right, on the scale, 21 pound. So I'm guessing he'll be about 19 pound. Yeah. You can take a picture of me as well.
I finally managed to land what I was looking for. Although I was aiming for something bigger, a 20-pound carp is still a good sized specimen. You may have realized I kept talking about clear spots and location, but I found out it really helps to land more fish, especially when not much has been coming out from what I have been told. Now, as the solid bags have been doing the job, I have decided to invest in some drop-off inline nets. That would make fishing in the weed a lot easier.
Right, so solid bags for the win. Done an excellent job. What I've been using is the DNA Baits halftones. Secret 7 seems to be doing the job, especially the pink one that I've been putting onto the solid bags. In the solid bag, a mixture of cell and manila, so 2 different colors, 2mm pellets inside the solid bag, nicely cramped in together, and that's what been producing the bites. And that was my right hand rod which just went out, and that's right near the margins, so the margin is clear. I put a lot of bait out literally along the whole of the margin, so it seems like the fish are constantly feeding in the area. Now, I don't know if you probably can see over there, there's some fizzing in the water. I don't know whether that's carp or what is that. And there's another fish right near my bait, near my solid bag. So the solid bag is just to the right of there. Right, so I managed to freshen up a little bit, but there was one issue. I left my fresh clothing outside, and it was raining and it's still wet, so I'm literally wearing shorts at the moment because I've got no other option than just put some fresh shorts on. And the only thing I'm not changing is obviously a hoodie, because I took another hoodie but I didn't think I took it with me. I just checked my bag, it's not in there, so yeah, make sure you got all the spare stuff. And also I'm running out of battery, so the camera's gonna die anytime soon. Right, now if you're looking to freshen up on the bank, different supermarkets have these kind of little mini deodorants. We've got an antibacterial hand wipes and a mouthwash. So if you want to freshen up and you know, you don't have a place to kind of wash or anything, very beneficial. Obviously, you know, if you can bring water, which I did, I freshened up a little bit, but always good thing to have those kind of things handy. And they're not your average size, they're a little bit smaller, so they will fit in the bag very nicely. Good way to keep up the hygiene. Now, I went to speak to one of the anglers, and he's giving me chorizo sausage. He said, try this, put this on your hook, you might get a cat. So what I'm going to do is quickly change up the rigs. It's getting dark very fast, so what I'm going to do is quickly change and make some adjustments, because I've got 2 rods on the solid bag. I'm just going to change one on a normal size for hair rig or whatever I have really. Well, that looks like it's fairly decent. That should be alright. That should be well good. Right. So let's make the little change and see if I can get a cat. I very much doubt I'll get a cat. But you never know. You never know. And if I do end my session in a catfish, I will be well chuffed. Alright, so that's the whole contraption ready. Got the krill and bait stop, just so that it doesn't go through the chorizo. Let's give that. I've got a feeling this might actually work. If there's fish around here, I've got a feeling that will work. Okay, let me get this set up and let me cast it out. Right, so I've got the little sausage with all the particles, pellets, and the chili inside. It's got some spam as well. Let's give that a go. Right, so it's midday now, Thursday. Packing up. That's the end of the session. 3 fish landed, 2 lost, a couple of bleeps and blops, but overall it's been pretty good. So remember to like, subscribe. I'll put a link on the bottom. Until next time.
Yeah.